What's up, Planko fans? This is Jasmine,
And I'm Michael.
and you're watching M&J Games. Today we're doing a park tour by Great Phillip called A Very Regular Park. The description says, the name says everything. It's a simple park with great attractions. Make sure to have fun and leave a thumbs up.
Alright, so as you can see, this is a fairly good sized park. It looks like we got about 4 coasters. That one looks really cool right there. So that's kind of
The blue one?
Yeah, that's kind of a perfect look right there. And yeah, so what are your first initial thoughts, just kind of seeing an overview?
Yeah, I really like this park, and I really like how he outlined kind of around the park with that black, it looks like a road.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty interesting. And the reason I wanted to do this park tour was because he's in our Facebook group, and he was just letting everybody know about the park, and so I thought it looked really cool, and I wanted to do a park tour.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started at the entrance. So we've got a little car park here. I've seen a fair amount of his work before, and I haven't seen him do a parking lot or car park at all. And so this is kind of, a good way to get started. Just a little parking lot, nothing major.
Yeah, and I think this is really cute, and it doesn't, your parking lot doesn't have to be crazy large, or like this is a good size.
Yeah, for sure. Now, let's go back this way.
And we have to make sure we look at it at night too.
Yes, please remind me, so I always seem to forget that.
I will remind you.
Alright, so let's turn around. It looks like he might have... Okay, yeah, just put some rocks kind of around the entryway.
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
So you got some road signs as we're kind of entering the park. So now, got this little roadway, and like you said, this is kind of... You got kind of a way for cars to kind of get around the park. And so we'll kind of look at that at the end. But what are your initial thoughts now as we are walking into the main entrance plaza?
This part right here, this this thing we're going on under, it almost reminds me of a school.
Yeah, I could see that. That's a cool look right there with that coaster kind of going right by the entrance, so we can see that it's about to go down the hill. Yeah, it's a pretty cool look right there.
I really love the single rail coasters in the game.
Yeah, I think they're really cool. I've said before, I was disappointed with my one in real life that I rode on just because the restraints were so awful. But, those are some of my favorite to make in the game. And a nice welcome sign. And once again, the things, like you said, make you feel like you're at a school.
Yeah.
Alright, so as we can see, this is nice little... I like how you varied up the pathing. Like, obviously, this isn't the actual path. That's like... It looks like the cement ceiling. Oops. Or something, and then now you've kind of switched it up, and there's a lot of different building styles here, but they all seem to kind of fit on this main entry plaza.
Yeah, this is really interesting because normally, like, at least when I'm building a park, I like to kind of have a pretty open plaza area coming into the park, so this is like, it's almost like a little town.
Right. And this is cool. The only thing I would say is it looks kind of bare in here. Like there's not, like, putting something else on the walls, or something, like, you don't really have space for any seats unless you kind of put them on the edge. And then again, maybe you just kind of, I'm just interested. Oops.
He did say very regular park.
Yeah.
So maybe nothing fancy in here.
Yeah, so we don't even have this area covered with paths.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
To put, like, some picnic tables or something.
Yeah, and so let's look at kind of the elevated view of it. Let's, there we go. So now, like you said, it's a different style entryway, right? Because you've got kind of, now the 10-meter width paths are still large, but, so it's pretty nice. I like these kind of, under the awning type things here. We've got the shops and stuff.
Yeah, that's cute.
So I think that
I like these flags in front of this little Ferris wheel here.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good job. So let's see, which way do you want to go, left or right? Or straight?
Let's go straight.
Go straight. So we got a nice Ferris wheel here. And that's cool. You got some really cool kind of path interaction there with the coaster. Well, I guess straight means we're going this way. We're going to Cobra. Oh, that's one
Oh,
thing we
that's
need to do.
cute.
Little weight signs.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's
Because the game does give you an estimate, doesn't it, of wait time?
Mm-mm.
Or I know that there's some guests will be like, I'm not waiting that long in the queue for this ride.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe like
I feel like it does tell you how long the wait time is.
it doesn't tell you as the person. It just maybe the guests somehow know. But,
I think, but I feel like it's on the overview, like when you click on a ride.
Oh, really?
I feel like there is some sort of time. I guess just to either so that you know whether to lengthen your queue or I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I feel like there is.
So here's a nice little station building. And I like how he was able to use different styles of building pieces and still make it work. And that was a nice kind of long pathway. So let's go ahead and look at this coaster.
Oh, look at that roof.
Oh, yeah. So that's just going to be that's just a wooden balcony.
That looks cool.
So
that.
I've seen people use these as walls too, and those look really nice, kind of as walls. So for that roof part, it's really cool because normally you don't see the underside of it, but it almost makes it seem like, is that wainscoting? What's that called? Where it's kind of the...
Yeah, it's not wainscoting, but...
but you know what I'm talking about. Okay.
It's not called rafters, but it's something... yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Alright, so this is a floorless coaster. I don't want to be on that one, so let's ride front bumper. And while we're going up the chain, max speed 57 miles per hour. G's are maybe a little bit high for vertical G's. 3 inversions, so let's enjoy the coaster. Alright, so...
What are your thoughts?
I think it's a fantastic coaster. You kind of yelled that one right there.
I did. I didn't mean to sound that forceful. But
what are your thoughts?
Well, because you always ask me that first, so that's why I did that real quick. Right, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Only thing is, I'll probably change the color on the coaster because that yellow doesn't seem to really go with the design of it. In my opinion, the coaster cars is what I meant. But yeah, this is I love that first drop. I think it's really realistic. Out of all the parks I've seen of this creator, I think it's probably my favorite coaster he's made so far. And he's made some really good ones too. And so, it's not an overly long coaster, but in the layout, it's fairly compact in a sense. But I guess never mind, that's not really that compact. But
it's sort of. I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, it got the job done.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
Yeah, I think that's a good, nice, good ride. I think that first drop was done really well. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks to be shaped. There's a word that I never thought I'd use about roller coasters 2 months ago, but it seems to be shaped very accurately to how a lot of those floorless coasters are with their first drop.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like with that kind of really tight turn. And
I feel like, though, that's a good coaster to start off with on your park, because usually, like, the coaster that's right near the entrance is, like, not super scary, but not, it's not a kiddie coaster either, so.
And the majority of these coasters, at least to my knowledge, are not very large. They're more on the smaller scale. All right.
What do you think of that name, though, Cobra, for it?
I mean, I'm terrible at naming names, so I don't...
Yeah, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I mean, because he has the yellow lettering for it, so maybe that's why the cars are yellow, but yeah, I mean, maybe change the color to I don't know, yellow or just something else. But I don't think it's bad. I mean, I like the color.
Yeah, I like
the
that
blue.
kind of teal or whatever that color is. But yeah. So here's the chair swing, and I think you'd like a lot of the foliage around here.
Yeah, that's a really good job, and I like what he did with the kickflip, like putting it in this building.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, that's really cool. I've never used those signs There's like certain signs for certain rides in the game. I've never used them before.
I have sometimes, but yeah, that's really nice. I like that. Pretty well done. And I like too how he's used a lot of ceiling pieces to kind of make the pass look how he wanted to. Now the only thing I will say is on a lot of these, I'm not a big fan of just leaving areas like this. And it's each their own. Like, to me, that's just something for me that's like a pet peeve of mine when I'm making a park.
Yeah.
And I also, I mean, I know I see a lot of other creators do it. I just feel like when I'm doing it sometimes, I'm like this is fine. But like here, I just kind of feel like I always have to have a curb or a fence or something. That's just me personally, though.
Just because you don't want people walking in the flowers.
Yeah. And then, like, right here, you know, even though you got fencing, you still don't want people wandering back to the coaster.
Right, yeah.
Like I said, that's just me. Everybody's different. So that's just one piece of advice I have. Now, some of it could be, I didn't check to see what the percent's at.
Right.
But since we're on the PS5, it's going to be different now. But some of it could just be a piece count thing. Because you kind of almost have to, if you don't want to use the fencing that they have in-game, you kind of almost have to like custom do it throughout your whole park, which is very time consuming and tedious, but yeah.
Not trying to knock the design of the buildings or anything like that, but I think this is a really good part to look at if you're new to the game and you know, because it's really hard to make buildings that aren't that are not square in the game. This park has a lot of square buildings, but they still look really cool. They still look really well done. So it is possible to make your park look really nice having boxy and I'm not trying to say that these buildings are not, you know, up to par, anything like that. I'm just saying this is a really good example of a park that uses rectangles and boxy buildings, and it's still really well done.
I agree with that. Alright, so as you can see, we got a lot more foliage here. You got a restaurant. So it looks like we've got
ooh, green gardens.
So instead of riding in it, just because
just still on the track,
we'll just kind of go along the track and see.
This is cute. This looks like something I would do with like just all the foliage and going on the little track ride.
Jasmine is the queen of foliage with flat rides.
Yeah, with flat rides or track rides.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it's kind of very secluded. Like, you don't even feel like you're in the park anymore. Really cool.
Got some topiary plants.
Yeah, I was going to wait for you to say that because I always mispronounce that word. And then you're like, is this what you're talking about? Topiary? Is that what you meant? I'm like,
he is not an English teacher. I'm not an English teacher either, but I did major in English my freshman year of college.
Yeah. All right. So, I thought that was nice. I mean, you can kind of see kind of the little layout of that path right there. So I think it's well done.
Oh, and I like the little gazebo. That's cute.
Yeah, I was wondering what's behind it. I was like, oh, that's the parking lot. Yeah, the gazebo's nice. So I'm guessing that's custom done.
Yeah, that looks custom to me.
No, it's a bandstand, so it looks like that came with the game. Yeah, so I double clicked and.
Oh, maybe he added the top on it. Cause wait, click on it again, because it looks like it like.
No, those are all attached. As you see, I can change the coloring. So that must be a piece. I'm guessing that probably came with like the World's Fair vintage pack.
That's cute though. It's cute.
Definitely cute. And see, that's one thing too. I think sometimes like people are like, "Oh, well, that's not custom built." It's like that doesn't matter to me as long as it's placed well in the park. Because at the end of the day, even if you're placing down blueprints that somebody made, you still have to have it fit well in your environment. And this area looks cool with a little Gerstlauer. I say little. That's not really a little coaster, but a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster.
So this kind of looks like industrial steampunk sort of theme.
Yeah. So this is really cool. And then there we go. Yeah. And so we've got this ride, Gears of Fear, and I like the queue that he created
that's
for
cool.
this, with those actual gears that are turning. It would be cool if it was like doing something like, I mean, obviously you can't do it, but if it was like turning the roof or something, but obviously you can't do that in the game. Yeah,
oh, look at that clock.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. Look at all those custom pieces there.
Oh, is that custom?
I think so. Yeah. All those
oh,
gears
wow.
are
That's
custom.
cool.
Yep. Really cool and well done. So now let's go to this cube. One other thing I might say, which this is a lot of path interaction, which looks nice. To save your, like, some piece count and stuff, I honestly would not make queues that long. And the reason is, the smaller the path, the less wide the path, the more percentage it takes up on the Oswald counter. And these paths are the widest, or not the widest, the least
smallest.
wide in the game, the smallest, and so they absolutely kill your counter. Like, I would bet that this right here is probably close to 3%. I mean, maybe more so too, but I mean, that's just my opinion. I tend to make them a little bit smaller just because they really kill the counter. But this is really cool.
This almost reminds me of just how the station is. Of the powder keg station at
yeah,
just that part with like the steam and stuff on it. It doesn't really look like it now that I'm actually looking at it, but it kind of reminds me of that.
Well, you didn't say it looked like it. You said it reminds you.
Yeah.
So. All right, so it's a Typhoon bar.
Yeah. See,
height.
look, 3 minutes. That's the wait time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day. Alright, so let's enjoy the coaster. What are your thoughts?
I liked it. Trying to decide if I like that more than the Cobra one or not. I definitely like the theme around it. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I think I like the theme around it more. I like the Cobra one a lot. I like floorless coasters a lot. Now, I've only ridden one one Eurofighter in my life, and to me it's like it's okay, but it's not great. And so like I really love the floorless coaster and how that one, the layout of this one's really nice too.
Yeah.
And you've got that, I forget the name of this type of, is that the Batwing? I forget the name for that inversion.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting.
Maybe it is Batwing. Well, it's something like that though.
Yeah, and then but yeah, I mean, it's a good coaster. It's smooth, and I think with each park, you know, kind of like with, you know, the hope is that each coaster gets better and stuff. And once again, you got these nice covered awnings, large queue, and I like these right here that just kind of hang over. I think that's really well done.
Yeah.
So if you kind of see the size, just a couple pieces.
And he's got the chain link fence that you love so much.
Oh yeah, I love the best piece in the game, and a lot of people agree with me on that. Well, because it's like, that's the realism aspect of it. Like, you don't go to a coaster park and not have coasters fenced off.
Well, and right there it makes sense because obviously people are walking underneath the coaster and you got to have something to block it off. So
yeah. Well, yeah, if you wanted to add a little bit more to it, you could put the chain link fence up underneath there to like be like to catch if any phones were to fall out, so it wouldn't fall and hit somebody and you get sued. But yeah, so really enjoyed that. So we got half the coasters down. We got the flat ride down. So now let's come back this way. So, actually, no, I think we missed one
what's over here? Oh, there's another little coaster.
Oh, there's actually 5 coasters in this park.
Oh.
It's funny when so many people have to use the restroom in this game, and they take their sweet time to get to the restroom.
Look at that rainbow hair.
Yeah. If that was me having to get to the restroom, I'd be running. So now we got like the Bavarian style, is that what it's called? Or Bavarian. I don't know if I said Bavarian. Bavarian style.
Okay, cool.
This is right up your alley. So it looks, I mean, that's just really cool in the distance, though, that that Gerstlauer coaster back there. I think that looks really nice. He did a great job with kind of ice sight lines and stuff in this park. And so this coaster, this is a little kiddie coaster, I think. And we've got, okay, that's really cool. Yeah, so it looks like that's all that's over here. Oh, we got a little restaurant.
Oh.
Okay, so this is a little bit better because you got some signs up, you got some chairs in here. So it just seems a little bit more lively, I guess is the word used. And then we got another flat ride, and so this doesn't go anywhere, but this is cool because this is a viewpoint. So in theory, the guests would stand over here, and you can watch the coaster come by. Which,
yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so it looks pretty cool. So what are your thoughts of this area while we wait for the coaster to come by?
No, this is really cute, and I like how he's sectioned off certain parts of the park, and they have their own little themes, so I like that. Nice job.
I just wanted to wait and see how it looks with the coaster coming by.
It's coming.
Yeah, and it looks like good speed, too. It doesn't take any of the components of the ride too fast. So, looks good.
Got a little bathroom and Twisted Clown. Now, if this is anything like the It movies, I would not want to go on it.
Well, you can already tell it's not. I'm going to test it. This is one of those spinny ones, it looks like. All right. Oh, we did. This looks nice again with the the decking. Is this more up your alley?
I don't know. There's a lot of twists in it, though.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed pretty good. I mean, that part right there seemed to have a lot of twists. The other part seemed to be fine for it being more of a
kiddie coaster.
Yeah, kiddie coaster or family coaster.
So are the cars foxes?
Look at those heads. Look, it like really throws them around right there.
Yeah.
It's like. Yeah.
What are the cars? Are they foxes?
I think. Let's see if it's possible.
Oh, it's a mouse.
Oh, okay.
It almost looked like a fox.
You're right. I was about to say. Oh, you're right. No, it's just just
cute.
a mouse. All right. So, but it looks like there's just one way in, one way out for this area. So let's go back. Yeah, so I mean, this is a nice park. That's a cool look with that swing right there.
And I like this little covering for the ATM, right? That's cute.
Oh, that's nice.
It's just like a simple little thing that.
Yeah, looks like I don't know what those pieces are. Oh, it's just the basic awning.
Awning. Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, I do think the chair swings like that, or Charo swing, whatever they're called, I think they look really nice in the game.
Yeah, they do.
Kind of brings an area together.
Carnival.
Yeah. So now the other side of the park. So we've got this little carousel. Yeah, I mean, I would just do something with the curb or something.
Yeah.
So to me, that's the only thing that's lacking kind of on the scenery part of the coaster. And a little terrain paint too. So it looks like there's a little bit done there, so that's good. You got a little more terrain paint
right there under the trees.
Whenever I start talking about terrain paint, I just think of Maddie.
Yep, Iron Maddie. He loves his terrain paint and his water.
Yes, so he's disappointed when there's no water in a park. Which there is water in a park. It is, in this park, it's right there. In there. So yeah, so let's kind of, now since we're here, might as well look at the aerial view of everything. And so it looks nicely laid out.
Mm-hmm.
So now, it looks like there's a little backstage area right here. So, just a little backstage.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we have a wooden, looks like a hybrid coaster, my favorite. Yeah, Iron Thunder.
Ooh.
I feel like it's the hot thing now to, because in my park for my hybrid coaster that is under construction, I named it Iron Horse. It's like, since it's a hybrid coaster and it's wooden, but it's also made of steel now, everybody wants to name it
Ooh,
with
I like
iron.
this queue covering.
Yeah, that's really nice. Really well done. I guess we don't need to go that way because it just turns back around. So nice queue covering. So now, if we look at the station,
Okay.
nice use of the pillars and different color pillars.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that ceiling again.
Yeah, I might have to try that in my park.
Alright, so it's the Steel Vengeance coaster. We're definitely going to ride this in track view. Let's look at the results. So it's about 100 feet tall, nothing crazy. G-forces look good, only one inversion. Alright. There's the overview of it.
What are your thoughts?
I thought it was good. There's a lot of, like, I love this part right here on hybrid coasters when you come down a hill and then you do like a quick ejector air timer. That one's maybe a little bit of a, maybe tend a little bit towards floater because it's not super quick. But I just think that's a really good airtime moment on these coasters in real life, and a lot of them are starting to do that. So I think it's really cool. A lot of turns, and I wonder. Let me check something real quick. So I'm gonna delete it. Okay, yeah. See, it only took up 3%, which means that was not made using the 4-meter method. That was made using much longer pieces, and that's super smooth. And one of the better hybrid coasters I've seen on console for not using the 4-meter method.
Yeah, I was thinking it was really smooth.
Yeah, and so it's tough to get a coaster that smooth without using the 4-meter method. So props to him. Really good job. Now I'm interested to ride this one. Because look at that first drop. It's got a really unique and weird inversion at the same time. Like, look right here. I mean, that is like, what in the world? That looks
cool, though.
Like, what in the world's going on right there? It's like, I don't even... You start twisting and then...
We'll have to see.
Yeah, let's watch this coaster go down this first drop, because this is interesting. Would you ride this coaster?
Maybe.
She's lying.
That's not true. That looks cool.
Yeah, it does look cool.
And it doesn't look like it's a ginormous drop either.
Yeah, it's definitely not. So let's go ahead and ride that coaster, but let's look at... So there was Iron Thunder we looked at. And then
I like this little restaurant.
Yeah, another restaurant. I like the use of the glass window pieces or whatever those are called.
I think they're called shop windows. Twisted steel.
So the only question I have is kind of like with the Cobra sign. It's colored yellow.
Why is it green?
But yeah, why is this one green
when
the coaster is? Like, maybe this one should have been called Cobra.
I do remember him saying that he got the lettering off of the workshop. So I maybe I
You
don't
can
know.
just recolor it though. But
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's just.
yeah. Well, the lettering looks really good. He did a good job with it. And then this is another very long queue. So I
Yeah.
mean, he like if he were to shorten up his queues, he could probably get
Probably could
about
have got
5%
more.
more in his
Yeah.
park. But hey, I mean, teach their own. I'm just giving a
Yeah.
little bit about what I've learned with kind
But
of building this game.
I don't feel like the park is lacking really,
Oh no.
other than what you were saying with the fencing.
Yeah, for sure. Gosh, I love these coasters.
In the game. Yeah.
Hopefully in real life someday. Maybe I just had a bad experience on Wonder Woman, but it was painful.
I guess my thought is, if it's a single rail, then it should be super smooth because it's a single rail.
Well, they are, but the if I can go in my rant real quick, what made Wonder Woman so bad was, so I wonder if they can show it in this game. So you see how, nope, see, this isn't even modeled after the actual single rail coaster because these are just lap bars. But
right.
But Wonder
You're
Woman
saying
had
different.
they had straps going over your shoulders and they were super tight. And so there were so many moments when you were supposed to get airtime, but your body would just fly into those straps and it couldn't move. And so I got off, and my buddy and I were like, oh my gosh, like our collarbones hurt, like our shoulders hurt. It was like, that's what was painful about it. I mean, the airtimes could have been fantastic, and it was incredibly smooth.
Yeah.
It's just the restraints were awful. Yeah, so out of the 4 coasters, I guess 5, but usually family coasters don't necessarily fall under the list of favorite in the park. Of the 4 coasters, which one was your favorite?
I think probably the Iron Thunder one.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're all good. All of these coasters are super smooth, really well done. So this creator, Great Phillip, obviously knows how to create coasters. And he kept them realistic, too, with their style. Like, so, you know, none of them are overly large, but they all kind of fit, and they had a lot of the same, you know, kind of, I'm forgetting the word. Basically, they modeled how they would be in real life.
Yeah.
Except for maybe this really unique inversion right here to begin the ride, but that was awesome. Like, that was really well done.
Yeah.
So, any other thoughts about the park?
Let's look at it at night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like it's kind of dimly lit, but it still looks really well lit.
Yeah, look down here.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, so it looks well lit. I mean, to me, this is how it should be. Now, some people, like, if you're gonna make your park one that you want people to see at night, like Sonomatic a lot of times, and how you do a lot of your parks and stuff, like, it looks really well. For me, this is more how I tend to light it up. It's like just enough for everything to be lit up properly, but not overly lit up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, one thing I would say is, let's go back to...
That looks cool right there with the wooden coaster.
Oh, yeah. So one thing is, if I were to do something differently, because it is cool how you've got this path going all the way around the park. The only thing is, you don't really have maintenance areas on anything with the rides. So for me, what I would have done differently is I would have used the 5% that I could save by doing shorter queues, and I would have had kind of like a purpose with this. Like maybe back here you could build some sheds, a maintenance area or something, you know?
Oh, so there's a reason there's a road going.
Yeah,
around.
It just kind of seems like at this point it's just kind of like just kind of thrust in there. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, oh, we just got this maintenance road, because there's this one little maintenance area here, but other than that, there's not really anything. But I mean, that's just my opinion. But yeah, I really enjoyed this park. Any last thoughts from you?
No, I'm just, I know that Great Phillip also has another park we're probably going to tour as well, but feel free to look up this park on the workshop and give it a thumbs up. we appreciate you guys watching with it or touring it with us.
All right, guys. So I hope you have a great rest of your day.